Hello and welcome to another episode of the SMEFocus show, powered by MTDCNC. In this show, we focus on British manufacturers and especially SMEs within the British manufacturing sector. I'm your host, Christopher Greenough, and I've worked in this manufacturing sector for over 29 years. And this week is something slightly different. So I'm going to chat to the MD, Joe Reynolds of MTDCNC, ask him about the show, how it started, and where the show indeed is going. Joe, hello and welcome.
Chris, welcome. Great to see you. It feels weird being on the show. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So we've had the 200th edition of this show, and now maybe is the time we're going to have a bit of a change. So tell us about some of the changes we've got going on.
Absolutely. Before we do so, maybe tell us about your changes, and that might explain some of the journey.
Yeah, well, after 29 years at SD Technology, formerly Salop Design and Engineering, I'm moving on to a new role within manufacturing. I'm taking an MD position at CEL Sheet Metal in Telford. Fantastically exciting for me personally, and continuing in manufacturing and supporting the sector. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, firstly, congratulations on that, and I'm sure you're going to do a good job. And lucky to have you. But in terms of this show, you mentioned about the show. Why did it start? Obviously, there's not enough noise about manufacturing, SMEs in particular. And to be honest, 200 shows on, it's still not enough. You've done a great job. We built this. What started as a little loyal following to some big following now. So the reason was just to get eyeballs into manufacturing, SMEs in particular here in the UK. And I must say you've done a remarkable job. The decision's been made to bring it across. Historically, we've had various different channels, as we call them at MTD, and this was historically on a substantial channel, but nothing like the size we're on now. We're getting millions of impressions per month on the MTDCNC channel, and we just felt it right to move it across to the MTDCNC.com channel. And it's still going to come out every Saturday morning. Obviously, you and your new role. We're going to see some changes on that. You're going to see some new faces. You're going to see familiar faces as well. Some of the MTD-CNC team, and also guest presenters. People well known in manufacturing: Andrew Wilson, Mark Weymouth, and others. People like this. They want to be part of the show, and why wouldn't they? Because you've built a bit of a monster, really. So it started off with when you look at the analytics, quite a small but very loyal following to thousands of people. So well done on all your efforts.
And it's really, it's a testament to you and the sponsorship and the sort of efforts you put into the show that it's grown. But I think it's also the buzz around UK manufacturing, whether it be podcasts, webcasts, the videos that MTD-CNC put out, or just the LinkedIn group, the family that have grown up since COVID, trying to promote good news stories. So Stuart Whitehead, Andrea Wilson, you've mentioned, and a raft of others. The mainstream media tend to knock us down at every chance, but there's great good news stories going on, isn't there?
Yeah, it continues. Obviously, there's good months and bad months, but there's still plenty going on. Obviously, the summer does tend to be softer than other seasons, and that's no different at the moment. But there's plenty going on. But like you say, you turn the television on. Obviously, we got a new government. Very little mention of manufacturing still. I know that there's some threats of some new policies and strategies coming out. But obviously, Andrea and others now. But Andrea started this this campaign to get more leadership in government. And that's something we need. When you look at the the new GDP figures, whether you look at the Make UK figures or the MTA figures with Oxford, they're both massive numbers, whichever you believe. Do you know what I mean? So it's we need more eyeballs, more people getting into manufacturing, and more things like the show. I wish there was 20 people doing shows like this, if I'm honest, because the more people talking about it, the better it is for all of us. But in terms of manufacturing, still in a strong place. Let's hope it continues to grow. Let's hope this show continues to grow and get more eyeballs on our wonderful industry.
Absolutely, and it's still going to be called the SMEFocus show, but it's really about UK manufacturing. So it can be small business, large business, and indeed those supporting the sector, can't it?
100%. Yeah, 100%. So it's obviously the name kind of clues in the name, really. SMEFocus. You like to focus on SMEs, mainly because they're underrepresented in other forms of media. If you hear the BBC, Sky, GB News talking about manufacturing, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Forge Masters, Rolls Royce, big manufacturers, and they have a massive part to play here in the UK and further afield. But in terms of numbers, in terms of staff, in terms of businesses, they're dwarfed by the SME. People think SME. Well, a lot of people talk about SME, they might think 10, 20, 30 people. SMEs are hundreds of people still. So it dominates the landscape here of UK manufacturing. So we'll continue to beat the drum with your help. It's good to get new faces on the show, but equally, don't get going too far, Chris.
And how do people get in touch with the show to appear, to have a suggestion, a topic? How do they get in touch?
Yeah, so really easy to find, MTD ever present across all social media, as is this show, LinkedIn, Facebook. If you're old school, send us an email. I'm joe@mtdcnc.com, but probably the better one is inquiries@mtdcnc.com, and that'll be picked up, and you'll get put through to one of the team, and see if you want to come on the show. We'd love to help your company, love to help get you on the show and spread the word.
And you can either put yourself forward, or you can nominate someone else, or you can just say this business is doing great work and just signpost, can't we?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. We all know people like you've had, 203. I know you've had a few duplicates over the years, but we've had probably 180 interviews on this show. And again, depending who you listen to, there's between 2 and 4 million people working in manufacturing. So you gotta keep going for a while longer. So Chris, that's the bad news.
Fantastic. Joe, thank you for your time today. Thank you for explaining the changes, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, well, again, thank you for everything you've done. I think you've probably done them all, have you? I don't think we've had any guest presenters. So you've done all 203 shows. Thank you for all your efforts. As I say, you're not going anywhere. You're just going to be a bit busy for a short period of time, and then you'll be back on screens on Saturday mornings. But thank you to you, Chris. Thanks for all your efforts. Good luck in the new role, and thank you to everybody at home that's listened to the previous shows and this shows, and obviously continue to support it going forward. But Chris, good luck, and from the SMEFocus show, we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Take care, Joe. That brings us to the end of another show. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. So from me, for the final time for now, Chris G, see you later.